my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 created sim video. And honestly, I feel so happy making this voiceover right now because if you haven't noticed, I have been obsessed with CottageCore lately for a very long time, ever since we got Cottage Living. And even before that, I've been obsessed, but my obsession has grown even more since Cottage Living. I've been researching on Pinterest, talking about it on stream, on Twitch, and YouTube videos, making cottages, and kind of just diving into custom content and seeing what's out there for me to download and make Sims out of and just have plain old fashioned cottagecore fun. So now I am making a family of 5, 1 adult, 1 teen, 1 child, 1 toddler, and 1 dog. And they're technically like a multi-generational family, but I would say that they have been in this family for a very long time. Even though they're not technically like blood related, they consider themselves as family, and that's what I love. You don't really need to have, you know, DNA or some type of documentation to consider yourself as family. If you count yourself being there for one another every single day, no matter what happens as family, then you're family. And this is consist of like these cute Sims that I was just like diving in. I'm like, wait, this is like my favorite family of all time. And so Everett, who I'm making right now, and then we have Precious, Leanna, Archer, and then Grant. Grant is actually a cockapoo and miniature poodle mixture dog, and it's so cute. I love Grant. And Archer's the toddler, Leanna is the child, Everett is the adult of the family, and then Precious is the teenager. And when I was making Everett, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with him for his career. I kind of see him as a writer slash farmer. And I want to be able to build their house in Henford On Bagley. They live in like a 30 by 20 lot, more so in the far back of the world map near Ian and Derek. Those two Sims, they live around there. And I want to build their house because I think that being able to kind of portray or like tell their story through the storytelling will make it so much easier for me. And he actually has a want to become a best-selling author, but he also loves animals. And I thought that was like a really cool, like, kind of intertwining his both loves of two things into one. And one day he wants to be able to become like a vet one day, or write a book about animals or how to take care of cows, llamas, chickens, whatever it might be, and become a friend to all animals one day in the future. But until then, we shall wait. Now, the Hay family, all the Sims, including Grant, the dog, they all were living in a foster care home together for about 6 years now. Archer was like kind of born into the family, or was brought into the orphanage at a very young age. Like when he was like 0 years old, when he was just born, he was dropped off on the front doorstep of this orphanage. The people who used to live there are now gone because they've died of old age. But when Archer got there, he was a small baby, didn't really have anyone to take care of him. And so basically Precious and Everett were like the 2 oldest Sims in that household. And they took care of Archer and also took care of Leanna. And Leanna's like 9 years old, and at the time she was 3, so she was a toddler. And Grant's like I think Grant is a puppy, or might be like an adult dog. I do not remember which one I did when I made Grant. However, Precious and Everett are like just 2 peas in the pod. They were been the best friends ever since they were like little kids. Everett is like 19 and Precious is like 15, so they're like in the same similar age range. Technically, they went to high school together and everything. They've been in a foster care system all their life. They never got adopted because somehow some people think that teenagers are just not really the ones to adopt in the foster care system. They feel like they're just too much to handle, too rebellious, and they're also like almost too old enough to be adopted anyway. So they just kind of been there for a very long time. And Leanna was dropped off by her mom, who didn't see herself as a mother at all. And so she just dropped her off at the age of 2 years old. And Leanna's been there ever since. But now that Everett is now full grown adult now, or young adult, he can now take care of all the kids and Grant. And they've decided to actually move to Henford On Bagley because they used to live in San Myshuno in the foster care system for so long that it was time for them to move out. And even though that the people who used to own the house in San Myshuno, they kind of put Everett's name in the will to take care of the house, do whatever they wanted, also take care of the kids. And Everett was like a little bit skeptical about that at first, but he thought to himself, maybe I should step up and take care of the kids and take care of everyone else too. And he decided to sell the house because it was only those 5 of those, like, or 4 of those Sims and the dog in that household, and decided to sell the house move to a new area when no one knew them and just start new, start afresh. And they went to Henford On Bagley, and I thought it was like a very perfect world for them to live in. And it kind of reminds me of that one household. If you have The Sims 2 at all, the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection, or just Sims 2 in general, there is actually a family of a bunch of kids. I think a family size of 8, 2 teens, I think 2 toddlers, and like I think I don't know, kids in there. There's a bunch of like kids in that one house in the family bin. There's no adults, no nothing, just children. And I thought it was like kind of cool to kind of replicate that in The Sims 4 with this family, and seeing them like the way they are makes me happy that I can see their lives kind of being really, really cool. And with Leanna, she's like a happy-go-lucky child. She's always been that type of kid who would explore the world with her eyes, her smell, her taste. She would literally pick up dirt off the floor and eat it. She's kind of a wild child, honestly. Like, let's be real here, kind of crazy, but she is really smart, and she wants to definitely be some type of like whiz kid and learn new things. And like I said, she's an explorer, so she loves to be able to explore new things and try out new things and see where life goes for her. So she's gonna definitely be that one kid you gotta look out for. She goes, one day she's gonna make it big, and it's gonna be really cool. But Archer is the one that I'm making right now, and I think it's so cute because Archer is like has like a similar vibe to Precious a little bit, even though I was technically making them like DNA related as siblings. I still wanted to kind of customize like their face features and everything, because I think they're just so cute looking anyway. So I just like kept it the same. But Archer is definitely a very cutesy kid, and he's so kind and very sweet. He's a little bit inquisitive, so he's like very has like very thought-provoking thoughts and thinks about new things every single day. And I can see him definitely be a true like explorer, probably going to Self Dorada or becoming a doctor. I really don't know what I can see him as, but he definitely has a very nice like life for him ahead of him, since Everett is taking care of the house. But also what makes me think about this family is I was watching this one show on Hulu, and I forget what the show is called, but their parents were in Mexico and all the siblings had to move to America, or the parents got deported back to Mexico, and all the siblings, more so the older brother who was a full-blown adult, and then the rest of his siblings could only stay in America as they were technically children. They were born in America. So I thought it was like really, really cool that all this stuff happened. And I don't know, it just got me thinking about a lot of stuff. So definitely I want to make like a current household out of this, and really stay committed with this family and see what I can do with it and kind of have fun with it, you know? But like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. I cannot wait to play more of this family. But if you want to go and see all the custom content that I used on these Sims, I will go ahead and link down below my website, which is just SpringSims.com, all one word, link down below in the description, also as a pinned comment in the comment section, as always. But you know the drill. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!